Good morning, Scott from the Q Club here. Just going to do a quick run through on how we trim our briskets for service. So we've got a beautiful 270-day grain-fed brisket here, Angus. So essentially when we're starting off, we're just looking to get a really nice even shape on this brisket. So you can see any of these lumpy bits, we want to really just smooth all that out. Because we're cooking on an offset, it's all about aerodynamics. So working with the pit to get this thing cooked. So we'll just come through both sides. You can see straight away it's starting to get a much nicer shape. Once we're there, we basically want to flip him over. So you can kind of see these are pretty well trimmed out of the box, but there's a few little gnarly bits that we want to just get rid of.
So it's mostly just those bits of fat, is it, Scott?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I mean, you can see the marbling through this flat here. We don't really need any excess fat on there. So just any of these bits that are going to kind of stick. Get rid of that. So that's looking pretty good. Just come down the tail end here a little bit. So that's not bad. We might just take a little bit out through here just because it's a little bit thick.
And that's the grain there where the point in the flat meat?
So yeah, this is the separation. So there's always going to be a big seam of fat running through there. Sometimes you'll get away with it, but in this instance it's quite chunky. So I'm pretty happy with all that. Flip it over. So now we're basically just looking for the hard fat, soft fat. So you can see even through here is obviously quite chunky. So we want to just come through and just smooth all that out. Open up this point a little bit. Again, because there's so much fat through the point, we don't really need any excess. Plus this is going to be what's copping all the heat. So we really want that fat to render down. It's looking pretty good. See, there's a big old chunk just there. So we're just taking little bits off at a time until we kind of pretty happy with it.
Now this trim and this fat's great to use in sausages or burgers, isn't it?
This is amazing stuff, yeah. So all of this fat, all of this trim here is going to go into sausages to run for service as well. You could just turn it into burgers. They'll be the best burgers you ever eat.
Mm-hmm. Good fat to meat ratio.
Correct. So I'm pretty happy with that. You can even see there, that's quite thick through there, so we might just shave all that. That's much nicer. Done. Now the big one that people forget about is, again, this seam that we trimmed from the underside actually runs through, and this is a rock. So you can see someone's done a bit of pre-trimming there. But so we want to really, what I tend to do with these is just go in with a knife and just create a bit of a V. Just like that. And then just scoop it out. So use your blade. You can see that's all opened right up now.
And no yucky bits.
So no yucky bits. That's going to allow the heat and smoke in, which is really going to render that fat between the point and flat. Alright, so we're good with that. Now we want to get our rub on. So we're always going to start with the bottom, because obviously the top is the presentation side. And I'll always start with the edges. So we're just running a hand along, catching all that rub, making sure it's sticking. So once the edge is done, from a height, you want to keep it nice and even. Come through and just hit it. Nice coating. This is a beautiful beefy brisket, so I can really take the salt and pepper from this rub.
And that's kind of the main ingredients that you want in most of your brisket rub, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't want anything that's going to mask that flavour. You want to bring it out, which salt and pepper obviously does. So again, we're just coming through, doing the edges, nice. tight. Get it on until we've got a nice even coating.
Beautiful.
Just like that. Give it a bit of a pat. Give him some love. He's ready for the pit.
Great.